the Victorian Allan government is now open to the possibility of legalising recreational cannabis. The Premier Jacinta Allan made a confession when she was speaking about this that she has smoked cannabis. Have a look.
It was a long, long time ago, a long, long, long time ago. And I think it's important that we inject a sense of honesty into our contributions on this.
I suppose I should declare I have used I don't think a criminal approach to this is best. A health-based approach should be best.
Yes. At university, yeah. I tried it, I think it was 3 times. I'm not proud of it, but I tried it.
Jenna, we're seeing this move towards legalising drugs, particularly in the ACT, where they're legalising harder drugs like ice. Do you think this is going to act as a deterrent for teenagers, or do you think legalising it might invite them or might give them the impression that it's actually okay to use these sort of substances?
Yeah, I think the legislation is a really tricky one, Sharri, because I know that the majority of state and territory governments are looking at it, albeit in various degrees of legality and things like that. But I think the responsibility of moving this debate forward really lies with us in the media, and I think we really need to move past this whole, wowzer movement of like asking our politicians, have you ever done dope? Because I'm pretty sure we'd be pretty hard pressed in this day and age that the majority of our boomer and millennial MPs these days probably haven't experimented with cannabis at one point or the other. And I don't mean to be glib about it because, of course, it is an illicit substance, but I think we need to move this forward. And like Tim Pallas was just saying, maybe move this more towards a health issue as opposed to a law and order issue. Yeah.
Well, speaking of illicit substances, Matt Canavan, the federal government is banning the importation of vapes, which the Daily Mail reports will turn 1 million Australians into criminals. But at the same time, as I just mentioned, the ACT is decriminalising drugs like ice. What do you think of this inconsistency?
Well, it's just absurd, the situation, especially here in the ACT, where if you are caught with liquid nicotine, you face a $32,000 fine and or potentially 2 years in jail as a maximum penalty. Whereas if you're caught with cocaine, meth or heroin, it's $100. What is the world going to here? And the Daily Mail's right, over 1.3 million Australians do vape now. I think the government's got no chance of putting this genie back in the bottle. Whatever you think of vaping, their attempt to ban it is only going to force those Australians into a black market, which will be a massive boon for bikie gangs and triads all around the country. They will be laughing to the bank. Meanwhile, we'll do not enough to keep vapes out of schools. That's what the focus should be on. Our enforcement efforts should be on keeping these things out of the hands of school children. I'll be introducing some amendments next week to the government's tobacco legislation to create a legalised, regulated vaping market and sell it. And look, treat it like cigarettes. That's where we should go, just like the rest of the world's gone. And as I say, focus our efforts on schools and cracking down the black market.
Well, I think part of the reason people are turning to vapes is I hear that cigarettes are now about $60 a packet. So people who want to smoke are, moving to other cheaper forms. Matt Canavan, Jenna Clark, thank you both so much for your time.